I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. If you've been trying to manifest something for 6 months and you're checking for signs every 5 minutes and you're stalking their Instagram and you're refreshing your bank account and you're crying because it hasn't shown up yet, what are we doing? What are we doing? If you genuinely believed it was yours, would you be acting like that? Would you be spiraling because he hasn't texted you back in 4 hours? No. Because if you already had it, you'd be acting completely differently. So get the fuck up. Today's the day we lock in. The reason most people never get what they want is not because they're not trying hard enough. Trying is a scam, okay? Period. It's because they're completely identified with the version of themselves that doesn't have it yet. Think about it. You want a good relationship, but all day you're thinking about how single you are. And you want money, but all day you're thinking about how broke you are. And you want confidence, but all day you're thinking about how awkward you are. You're mentally rehearsing the exact reality that you're trying to leave. Like, girl. And then you wonder why nothing changes. Like, girl, stand up. Why are you refreshing your phone every 10 minutes? Because your man hasn't texted you. If he was your boyfriend, would you really be doing that? No. Before y'all get mad, like, I'm not judging. I've done that. I've been there. I've absolutely sat there obsessing over things that I want. But eventually I realized something. Every major thing I've ever gotten in my life was preceded by a shift in identity. It wasn't circumstance. It wasn't luck. It was identity. Now, if you've never heard of SATS before, let me explain why I'm yelling at you. SATS stands for state akin to sleep. And the idea comes from Neville Goddard. He's a writer and a speaker from the 20th century that says the most powerful force in creating your identity is your imagination. So SATS is basically that weird period right before you fall asleep. You know when you're like half asleep, half awake, and your mind is just kind of drifting around? It's that. So Goddard believed that during this period, your mind is more receptive to suggestion, and that imagining a desire is already fulfilled will help impress that onto your subconscious. Now, whether you believe that that literally creates a reality or not, we'll get into that in a second. But first, here's how it works. Step 1, pick a thing. One thing. Not like your entire dream life, dream car, relationship, career, house, whatever. Just one thing for now. Step 2, create a short scene that would happen after you got it. Now, this is where people mess up because you're not imagining the process, you need to imagine the result. You want to graduate? Imagine holding the diploma. You want a relationship? Imagine your friend asking how long you guys have been together. Simple, short and sweet. Step 3, experience it from the first person. This is really important. You're not watching a movie. You need to see it through your own eyes. Hear the voices, feel the emotions, be in the experience. Step 4, repeat that until you fall asleep. That's it. That's literally it. Now, before people start throwing tomatoes at me, here's the science. The explanation was pretty simple. He believed that if you repeatedly occupy a state in your imagination, eventually that state will express itself in your physical reality by impressing your reticular activating system. Your brain will keep noticing things that will lead you to believe it until it becomes true. That's his perspective. But even if you don't believe in manifestation, psychology gives us some pretty interesting clues. Athletes use visualization all the time. Researchers have studied mental rehearsal for actually decades. People often perform better when they've repeatedly imagined themselves succeeding. And honestly, I don't think that's because they're magically controlling the reality around them. Your brain starts becoming familiar with success. You stop putting that thing on a pedestal. It stops becoming impossible. You start treating it like it's attainable and it's something that you are allowed to have. And you start behaving like someone who actually expects it to happen, which is very powerful because your identity affects your behavior affects your decisions, and your decisions affect your outcome. But honestly, you guys missed the point because the problem is that you guys don't know how to do SATs, okay? You've probably already done it accidentally. I can bet that every single one of you watching this video has done this accidentally. The problem is that you do it for 10 minutes before bed and then you spend the other 23 hours and 50 minutes doing the opposite. You visualize being successful, but then you wake up and you tell yourself that you're a failure. What are we doing? Half of you don't need another technique. You don't need another tarot reading. You don't need more affirmations. You don't need another angel number. You just need to stop practicing being the person who doesn't have the thing that you want. And that's where the phrase act as if comes in. Not because you're supposed to be delusional, not because you're supposed to pretend, not because you're supposed to spend money you don't have and then tell everyone that you're secretly a millionaire. That's not what it means. It means asking yourself, how would I act if I already had this thing? How would I think if I already had it? How would I behave if I already had it? How would I show up if I already was this person? Future you isn't waiting out there somewhere in the distance. It's built within you and it's built on the choices that you make right now. The confident person that speaks up, the healthy person that shows up. So if there's one thing you need to take away from this video, it's this. Stop begging for the life that you want. Stop chasing it. No one's gonna make it happen except you. Because every time you obsess over not having it, you're reinforcing the identity of someone who doesn't have it. Tonight, before you go to sleep, give it a try. Pick one thing. Keep it simple. Imagine the wish fulfilled. And tomorrow morning, act accordingly. If you're constantly worried that you're not gonna get it, you're not gonna get it. You're practicing being the version of yourself that doesn't have it. It's so simple. It's so simple. So stand up, get off TikTok, put the phone down, and start being that bitch. That bitch is within you. Life isn't waiting. It's here. It's happening now. Take it. That's the video. Let me know what else you'd like to see in the comments. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe. Do it now. I know you want to. Subscribe for my dog. And I will see you guys in the next one.